This modified oblique sit exercise we use as a hip opener and as well as a stabilizer, meaning that not only can we get mobility in the hip here, but we can learn how to cement the change there by working through active range of motion, or strengthening, so to say. So we get both mobility and strengthening and stability out of this exercise. There's two parts to it. First is more of the rotary part, and the other part is a little bit of an upgrade that adds a little bit of flexion extension, which mimics sort of the hip mechanics of a squat. Okay, so we'll start with part one. We're going to start with the oblique sit. So the oblique sit is simply the side sitting position like this. We can start sagged like this, and then we'll straighten out by pulling the shoulder away from the ear, and then also pulling the ribs away from the mat, so that we're in a straight line from nose, buttons to the belt. So not here, but here in a strong shoulder position. Once we have this, we can take that top leg, we can either go straight, or I like to bend it just a little bit, a 90-degree angle like this. Once we have that position, we're now gonna add the rotation component. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna roll forward and roll back. Roll forward and roll back. As we roll forward, we should feel, as weight transfers into the knee here, we feel some stretch on the outside of the hip here, okay? Now, the modification part is that this is the oblique sit, this is the modification. Now we're down on forearms like this, okay? So we're gonna go here, and then rotate here. Here, and then rotate here. To get a little bit more, we can lift the hip off the ground. Now this is not lifting straight up, it is rolling forward and continuing that rolling forward by then lifting the hip off the ground. And now I have a lot of pressure on my right side, hip, core, and shoulder, not using the back foot here. And then I can slowly come down, roll back, roll forward, come on up, as you can see down here, come back down, more challenging than you think. Then to add part two, the part that adds the flexion extension of the hip, is we're gonna go in this position here. And again, instead of just lifting straight up, we're gonna have that continuation of the roll, and then we're gonna subsequently reach and lift up. So I'm gonna come up and reach, and then back down. Come up and reach, and then back down. Notice my belt line relative to my knee. My belt is coming up and forward, and then coming back. Up and forward, and coming back. Lastly, when you reach, make sure you're just reaching forward this way and not over extending at the back. It's not a reach up, right? We're moving at the hip, not arching the back like that. Forward and back. Practice this to form failure. It might take 3 to 6, maybe 8 reps max. And when you feel like you're losing control or you're breathing, take a break. Typically we perform 3 sets to form failure.